Hello and welcome to American Pinball Tech Tips. I'm Dave Brennan, the Tech Service Manager for American Pinball. Today we're going to be looking at how to remove the back box from your pinball game. But why would you need to do this? Well, some people have really narrow doorways that they want to get their machine through, and they've exhausted all of the methods of removing the door hinges and taking the door off, and it's still not wide enough. Our back boxes are 28 3/4 inches or 73 millimeters wide, which is the same as a Williams Bally game of the 90s. So, if you've exhausted all of those methods to try and get the game into the location that you need it, I'm going to show you how to remove the back box so you can just take the body and the back box in separately. So, let's take a look. First thing you want to do is open up your coin door. Inside you'll see the back box keys hanging from a hook. Take those out, and while you're in here, unlatch the lock bar by pulling the lever to the left and remove the lock bar. From here you can slide your glass out. Once your playfield glass is removed, you'll need a 1/4 inch hex wrench to loosen the bolt inside on the left and right at the back of your playfield. Once this is loosened, it'll free the head from the cabinet. So it's the carriage bolt and then the receiver on the inside. So do this on the right and left side of your game. The next step is unlatching the lock in your back box. And then to remove your back glass, put your palm on the glass, push in and pull up, get your fingers underneath the lift channel and pivot the glass out. From here, set your glass off to the side so it doesn't get scratched. Now with your back glass removed, the next step is to remove the monitor. First thing you'll need to do is pull down on the connections, your power and your HDMI cord, to release it from the monitor. And then there's a bracket on the left and right side of the monitor. You'll need to loosen these screws, and then once it's loosened, you can lift up on the monitor and set it off to the side. Behind the monitor you'll see a metal box. Make sure the game is off for this procedure. Unscrew the metal box plate and remove the cover. Now that you've gained access to the circuit boards in the back of the back box, take pictures of all the connections so you know exactly where they go. These should have markings on them already, but if they don't, take a Sharpie and write on the connector where it goes, or take a piece of tape, wrap it around the wire, and you can write the name of the connection there. Take lots of pictures so you know how that goes back together. Now that your wires are free, you'll need to get at the wiring harness. So in this case, there's an LED board that's in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to unscrew it from the back box to give myself some more room here. Inside you'll notice some strain relief and some nylon ties. What you're going to need to do is pivot this around the tie to release it. If you do end up cutting any zip ties, remember that you'll need to put those back because that is your strain relief. So when you move the back box up and down, you're not tugging on these connections. Now that the wires are free, you can carefully feed this down into the cabinet. Careful not to pull on any of the plugs. And drop it down all the way. Next you'll need to go to the back of the game and use the hex key that came with your game to unlock the roto latch Now that it's unlocked, remove the key and your back box is now free. Now with your back box free from the cabinet, this might help to have some assistance with this, but you can get at the back of the machine and now tilt the head or the back box towards you and lift up on the head to remove it from the game. And that's how you remove a back box from an American Pinball game. One thing of note, when you go to put the back box back on, pivot it from the back and have somebody help you line up the hinges so you don't scratch your side rails. If you have any questions as you go along, there's the email and phone number at the bottom of the screen where you can always reach me. Hopefully you found this informative, and we'll catch you next time.